People from every walk of life converged, young, old, rich, poor, believers, skeptics. Some drove for days, others wandered over from nearby offices, all drawn by curiosity and hope. They came with questions, hurts, and the hope that maybe, just maybe, the rumors were true. Rabbi Jay stood on a simple wooden platform. He didn't shout or use theatrics, he just spoke. His calm voice reached every ear, speaking of love, forgiveness, and rest for the weary. Each person felt he spoke directly to them. The sun dipped lower, painting the sky orange and purple, but no one moved. The crowd was captivated by the profound truth of his words. Social media posts slowed as people put their phones down, wanting to be present. Even reporters just listened. The world's chaos faded away. Here, something significant was happening. 1,000 souls found a moment of peace. But as shadows lengthened, a practical concern rippled through the crowd. Hunger, stomachs rumbled, and the magic of the moment was threatened by a very real need. The question hung in the air. What now?
You can literally feel it in the air, she whispered, awe in her voice. There's a peace here. It's wild.
The air crackled. Not with thunder, but with the electric hum of 1,000 smartphones. Drones buzzed overhead, cameras capturing the sea of humanity below. News vans lined the park, reporters whispering into microphones. Hashtag Rabbi J Speaks was trending worldwide. The disciples looked defeated. Their leader's request seemed impossible. All their logic and planning told them this was the end of the road. The people would have to go home hungry. But Rabbi J's eyes held only compassion. He saw not a problem, but beloved children. The moment teetered between doubt and possibility. What could he possibly do with a child's lunch?
Okay, so plot twist, she said to her phone. The catering situation is interesting.
The crowd murmured, some chuckled. 5 rolls and 2 fish for thousands? Absurd.
There's a boy here with 5 bread rolls and 2 fish. But what is that among so many?
Andrew peered inside. 5 small rolls, 2 pieces of fish. He almost laughed, then turned to Rabbi J.
Sir, I have my lunch. You can have it.
The impossibility of the request hung in the air. A young boy tugged on Andrew's sleeve, holding up a brown paper lunch bag.
Us? With what? We barely have enough for ourselves.
The disciples exchanged baffled looks.
They do not need to go away, Rabbi J said. You give them something to eat.
He was being practical. The logistics were impossible.
Master, it's getting late. These people are hungry. We should send them away to eat.
The disciples, now makeshift event staff, moved through the crowd, worry on their faces. Everyone ate, not just a bite, but a full meal. Hunger was replaced by awe. The miracle rippled through the crowd. Laughter and tears mingled as bread and fish passed from hand to hand. The impossible was happening before their eyes. The disciples moved faster, grins spreading as baskets never emptied. The crowd feasted, united in wonder. The miracle was undeniable. When the last person was fed, the field buzzed with amazement. The impossible had become reality. The crowd was changed and the night was just beginning.
You guys, you are not going to believe this, she stammered. The food, it's not running out, it's endless.
They started at the front, handing out fragments, but as they gave, there was always more. The food kept multiplying. Their skepticism turned to astonishment. Faces lit up with joy and disbelief.
Distribute this to everyone.
The disciples obeyed and thousands settled onto the grass, anticipation building. Rabbi J took the 5 rolls and 2 fish, held them up, and looked to the heavens. Silence fell, drones hovered, phones stilled. In that hush, he offered a simple prayer of thanks, not for a miracle, but for what they had. He broke the bread and handed pieces to his disciples.
Have the people sit down on the grass, he instructed.
Rabbi J simply smiled, calming the sea of doubt. The message resonated in the twilight. People looked at the leftovers, then at the man before them. The miracle wasn't just about food, it was a sign of overflowing love. It was an invitation to something eternal. In a world obsessed with the temporary, he offered the permanent. He offered hope that could sustain through any famine of the spirit.
Hope is not found in a full stomach, but in a full heart.
He spoke of a deeper hunger, a spiritual emptiness no meal could fill. He offered himself as the source of true fulfillment.
The food you've eaten satisfies for a time, but do not work for food that spoils. Work for food that endures to eternal life. Your ancestors ate manna and died. But here is bread from heaven, which anyone may eat and not die. I am the bread of life. Whoever comes to me will never go hungry. Whoever believes in me will never be thirsty.
When everyone had eaten, a sense of wonder settled over the park. The disciples collected leftovers, 12 bins, more than they started with. The miracle was tangible, piled high for all to see. Social media exploded. Hashtags like Miracle Meal and Bread of Life trended worldwide. Rabbi Jay stood on the stage, the setting sun behind him. The crowd was silent, bellies full but souls hungry for more. Even the boy who gave his lunch was changed. He saw his small gift feed thousands. He learned that what little you give when offered with a generous heart can be multiplied beyond imagination. The crowd left with more than full stomachs. They left with changed hearts. The miracle was not just in the bread but in the transformation it sparked. Each person carried away a piece of the wonder. The field was now a tapestry of stories woven together by a single act of generosity. The lesson was simple. In the hands of the divine, the smallest gift can change the world. The boy felt pride and humility, knowing he'd helped host a feast for thousands. The miracle lived on in every heart.
The young influencer stopped her live stream, phone forgotten. She'd come for content, but was leaving with a calling.
A skeptical journalist, searching for a trick, found only a simple prayer and an impossible result. His cynicism crumbled into wonder.
Near the back, a homeless man wept, clutching bread like gold. For him, it was proof he was seen and cared for.
The miracle's impact was as diverse as the crowd. As darkness fell, peace lingered in the air. The crowd dispersed slowly, hearts full, memories of the miracle fresh. Rabbi Jay slipped away quietly, seeking solitude in the hills. He had fed their bodies to capture their attention, then offered the bread of life to capture their hearts. The story became legendary, debated, analyzed, shared. For some it was a trick, for others a mass hallucination. But for those who were there, it was real. It was proof that miracles still happen. The story echoes to us today, a gentle challenge to our cynicism. If you had been there, would you have believed? When the broken bread reached your hands, would you have seen a meager meal, or a miracle? The question lingers, inviting us to look for wonder in our own lives.